Hello, my name is Manu Mitra and I will be the instructor for Microsoft Azure Machine Learning Studio. Okay, so we will be, developing algorithms. We'll not be developing. So I will be giving an example. So take it as a tutorial. Although I can give multiple examples, we will go like 3 to 4 examples about how do we do what we exactly do in this machine learning. This Microsoft Azure Machine Learning Studio gives you a very good idea on a new algorithms without actually going into the code. So I am not touching any code. There is a lot of code. There's C++, there's R. Okay, there's a lot of codes you can use. But in this specific classes I'll not be using any of those codes because this will take time, because this running actually I'll show you the algorithm. We will discuss one algorithm and we will see how this works out. Okay, actually, to be honest, you will get an idea how this machine learning works. How not machine learning works is like how you can develop an algorithm. If you want to develop a machine learning something, you have to write an algorithm, right? You have to come up with an algorithm. So in this class you will be learning how to actually get an algorithm. Okay, how to get an algorithm based on your requirement. Actually it's completely based on your requirement. How do you actually want your algorithm to be and how you perform? How do you want to look like? How the how the system should look like and how you should. So we predict from the data. So we have sets of data and we predict from that and develop an algorithm to see that how this machine learning will help you in the long run. Okay, so this is free. This will be free. I will be giving you access for this. This site is free actually, right? Okay, so first thing first, the problem is this is from Microsoft. No, that's not the problem. Okay, it's not the Microsoft is not the problem. The only problem is with the email ID. You cannot have this any Gmail or Hotmail or Yahoo email ID for signing up. Probably you might no, you don't want to go this. What you want to do here is you want to get an email ID if you don't have one. If you have email ID from Microsoft, that's well and good. If you don't have, what I would recommend is go to the outlook.com, probably live.com. Yeah, Outlook. Oops, looks like I've already signed in. So guess what, I'm signing out to show you actually to first thing is if you don't have Microsoft email ID, then you want one, right? Probably the internet is a little slow or probably something is wrong. So if you that's good. Okay, now go to the Outlook okay, they have this different. Okay, outlooklive.com. Probably I will include this in this material where you can now I'm not going to show you how to create an email ID. Okay, I will not be showing that, but the point is you can create an email ID like this. Okay, I will include, guess what, I'll do it right now. Actually, just give me a second. We'll just include this. So I'll be giving you access, so you will get an access. Let's see, Microsoft email ID registration. Oops. So I'm not going through this registration of email ID of Microsoft, but you have to register it to get to use this machine learning studio. So we will be seeing like I'll not be developing a lot of algorithms, a lot of things. I'll be going through this tutorial, and I guess I also have this this PDF, this 10 MB of PDF, which you can go through it. Actually, I wanted to give two tutorials, to be honest, but I have this data too. If you see this data, we could upload this data and predict the values, but unfortunately that's taking too much of time, that it's almost taking like more than 5-10 minutes, so we don't want to waste time on that. So alright, so go ahead and create an Microsoft email ID if you don't have one. If you have one, you don't have to. You can use the similar one, or it's up to you. How do you want to do it? But once you create an email ID, I'm not going through this. We are not going through this because I already have it. You have two options: Hotmail or Outlook. I'll go to the Outlook. I probably go to the Outlook and create an email ID. So you can create an email ID from Microsoft. Once you have done that, that's important. Okay, that's very important. If you don't have one, you have to create one. Okay, so now let's assume that you have already created or you already have one. That's fine. Now we'll go to here, studio.azureml.net. Okay, this is not okay. Good. Studio.azureml. This is Microsoft Azure Machine Learning Studio. Here, what exactly you do is you create an algorithm. Here, the whole point of the class is to create an algorithm. But I will be only, to be honest, I'll be only showing you 1, 2, the max 3, and we have some of this already inbuilt algorithm. We'll go through that. The reason that not that I don't want to, it's like we'll keep it short, right? The point is to understand how to create an algorithm rather than going through. So that's the point. We don't want too much of clutter, like going to 10-20 classes. But the point is you have to use your creativeness. So here the creativity is very important. So what I'll go ahead and you have this options. You can go through this videos and let's sign up. But we'll see here, and we will log in. Once you log in into that, you have to use this Microsoft email ID. Close this. Once you log in, so since I already logged in, so it never asked me my email ID and password, but you have to log in through your email ID and password. Okay, good. So we are into the system. Okay, so we are into the system. Let me walk you through all these options here. They're not easy options. This thing is still working on. I don't know what is it working on. I'll go ahead and delete this one for now, okay, good. So this was my experiments. I've done quite a few experiments, and these are the experiments. You have samples too. You can go with samples. Oh no, let's not work on this first. So we'll go through, first thing first, we'll go through administration, little bit of administration work here. Okay, administration is a little bit small here. Okay, probably you might not use this as for corporate environment, but you can use this as personal it's free. Okay, personally it's free, but if you are using as a corporate, you want to use in a company or something, you have to buy this enterprise license. Otherwise it's free. This shows really good concept, how to develop an algorithm. So that's the whole concept here. Okay, but I will take some time to show you what are the various steps you can perform. We'll go through one example, actually 2 examples, and 2 of those inbuilt and thing, and we'll wrap it up. So probably 5-hour class this will be, probably, but at the end of the day you will be getting some idea on how to develop an algorithm based. It's about prediction, what you want to do and what algorithms you can use. It's just a tutorial kind of thing, but it gives some information. So all right, So let's go to administration part. We will talk about this this left sidebar. We have this various options. I've not forgotten it. We'll go to this. Okay, let's go to this. Guess what? Here you have this option. If you go there, I cannot upload my picture for some reason. They have no option actually. So we have this option. This is fine, and this is feedback option. You can provide feedback. I will be going to this documentation and at this time I think we don't require this, so I'll be going to that document and show you. This whole is covered in the PDF document which I will be sending you through this. I'll name this as let's take as Udemy workspace, and we'll update it. And default workspace, no, we put as Udemy workspace. Okay, good. And this workspace ID is here, and we are in free mode. Okay, so we are free, so we are good. And don't forget to save. This option is here, right here. Click on save, and it got saved. So this is supposed to change to Udemy, so it didn't change. We'll just refresh it, so hopefully that should be good. I am hoping that's good. So it changed it to Udemy workspace. Okay, so this is this is just naming convention actually. So you have this option of new. Okay, this for everything it's the same thing. Okay, so here this is administration point of view. This settings, we are actually in settings. I'm just talking about this administration. Probably I will probably will not go too much into this, but in the next class probably I'll explain some of this in detail. But we have this option of authorization tokens. Go ahead and click on that. So this is an authorization token, and you can regenerate it if you want. Secondary authorization token. So what's exactly use of this is the question. So here whenever you want to use as a third party and you want to give this code to access this, but we are not using any third party code for now, right? This, as far as I remember, this was used when I used to have this website, right? So this has this token actually. Whenever I used to use this third party thing, like web services, like I want to call some function, not exactly function, that some particular let's say captcha, reCAPTCHA. At that time it was captcha, and then it changed to reCAPTCHA. So you want to give this authorization code that was generated from my website. So that's the reason you have this one, authorization, that you're giving an authorization to access that application into your web page. So that was the use of this. Okay, so this third-party integration, normally for third-party integration. Okay, to make it easy, if you are using some third-party application tool, so you can use that one. So let's go to we have done with the names, right? So names is good, and authorization, then users. This is admin. This is the admin thing. It's like this is where you can invite users. Let's try to invite, and if you can invite, probably they want to have this as a Microsoft account. Otherwise probably you have to create Microsoft. See this Microsoft thing, right? They want their own email ID, like they want like someone at example.com, but they say that you have to sign up for Microsoft email ID, otherwise they don't let you access. So so you have to have this Microsoft email ID, and then you specify it here, and you can give access. So here is the thing, they don't have much convoluted access. Fortunately this is a new thing, so they don't have much. So only users and owner. So owner is like a super admin. They can delete with access of workspace. User can do. They can delete and they can edit and all those things. User have limited access, and they cannot delete the whatever the you have created, whatever algorithms you have created, that one. So so this is that's pretty much about admin actually. Technically, to be honest, that's it. Admin, you can invite. So I mean, this is pretty simple for as admin point of view. Either be owner or user. So if you're working as a, I don't think you will have problems if you're working as a, if you, let's say you people are, let's say your friends want to work and you want to working on that, so probably you can invite them, and so here is, this is an option, not new. This thing is new for every project. You sure that this new thing comes up. Sure, this is not the option, this is the option. Here you invite it, and then you can remove also. You as a super admin, you can also remove if you are admin. So whenever you sign up with this, that means you are super admin. That means you have the access to add user and remove user. Okay, that's, so I signed up with, I have 2-3 access with this. I don't know why. I created for practice, so you can have this one email ID for your super admin access, and your friends can, you can invite your friends, and probably they don't charge, should be free, but if they are charging it, make sure don't do it. I have never tried that. Probably you can do that. So you have data gateways. Okay, you can add a new gateway. It's good because this is not this is for free, so you cannot add it, so that's good. Okay, so we don't want that either. So that's pretty much about administration work. Okay, you can delete it, that workspace. So this not only deletes your workspace, but the whole machine learning thing, actually whatever algorithms you have created, so all get deleted. Luckily you have this 10 GBs of space, so that whatever algorithms you want to create it, you can create, and I'll show you. So so what exactly is this algorithm? Here in this Microsoft Azure Machine Learning Studio specifically, it's basically a flow chart. So if you have done some work in ETL work, you would an ETL developer or something, and if you have used Informatica, this would be a piece of cake. But otherwise you don't have to know it. We'll go through one example and I'll show you some of these options. It will be like ETL process. Okay, so that becomes an algorithm actually. So what is an algorithm? It's kind of programming, right? But here we are not using exactly, we are not touching any code here at this, any of my classes of this specific class. We are not touching any code for now. Probably if you, let's see if we have, probably we can look at it, but our code probably, this supports a lot of good things. We have this, this supports R code, Python, and the C++, I guess. So a lot of you can use a lot of code in this too, but we are not doing that actually. So that's pretty much about this administration point of view. Okay, so it's actually already 30 minutes, so I guess I will stop here because I'll just this was for just because we have a little bit more on this. Okay, and this actually 1 hour actually takes like 1 GB of data, 212 GB, so it gets limited here, so that's the reason I keep short. So probably we'll stop here, and in the next class we'll go through this options. Okay, this was like kind of administration, you go through this, you change this workspace and hit save, but don't delete it. Okay, yeah, this will permanently delete this workspace, and whatever content you have created for algorithms and all those things, that gets deleted. So we'll stop here at this point, and we'll go through this, all this. We have these options, right? That we talk only about settings. Settings is actually here is kind of administration, where we can add people in users module, you can add it here. Okay, so this is pretty much about administration. So that's pretty much, so it was short, but let me give you some background. Actually, why do you want to use this machine learning? Simple question, right? Why do you want to use this machine learning? So the thing is, you want to use an algorithm. So this kind of things, right? Let's take a specific example here. Okay, now there is a lot more things you can do with this machine learning. Probably you can use a drone. Let me give a specific example. Drone to move, from here and there to direction with no user interaction, with nothing, and drone can do all by itself. So that's one of the example where you can use this machine learning. But in this scenario, we will not be going into that level of specific, but here we are dealing with the data. So of course it goes based on data, so we will be working on the data more. Prediction, how do you predict the data and view the chart and see if that error ratio and it's is that's matching for you, it's not matching, and we'll look into it and see that how does it work. So that's one of the example, as I told you, for machine learning is it's to, at the end of the day, it's kind of coding, right? It's kind of coding, but in this specific scenario we will be predicting data, and based on that data, you could, it's actually, at the end of the day, it's what you want, and how could you use that particular algorithm or particular mathematical operations to perform your work, right? At the end of the day, that's the whole point. So that's pretty much for the administration. So I'll put it as this, as an administration. Okay, so thanks for watching, and I hope you like this video, and see you in the next class. Thanks.